Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you how to draw Luigi, a cool character from the Mario brand. Now I'm going to start Luigi with a pencil. Now many of you will see drawing videos where they draw straight in pen. Who's ever been frustrated when they've tried to draw in pen and they just can't quite get it right? Well, if you practice with pencil first and you construct your drawing up, you've got a higher success rate of making it look good. So I've broken Luigi's head down into some simple shapes: nose, head shape, and ear. Now if we look at his head compared to his body's not quite as big, but what I'm going to do is bring that down. This is quite a cool pose that he's in. He's got one leg up, he's got an arm up, so his arm comes up, so in line with his nose, and then his hand will be in here. So I'm just going to put a circle there for now. You might go, oh, that's a bit weird, but that's where his hand is and the size of his hand. This one's a bit about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger because it's closer to us, and his arm comes around like so, and there's actually a little gap in between. Now his leg comes up and over like that, and then got lots of, if you practice your curves with your drawings, especially with cartoons, you'll become a better drawer. Okay, so that's the bottom of his shoe like that. So one leg, we've got his overalls coming over like this, and another strap coming around, and this one comes all the way down and around there. There's one strap, there's the other strap, a couple of oval shapes there. Let's put his mouth in, where his mouth is going to go, and his other leg comes basically joined there. So you pretend that this line sort of follows through, and then this is his pants. Now he's slightly taller and leaner than Mario if you compare the two, so just make sure he's a bit more narrow if you like drawing Mario and Luigi. And then we've got his other shoe's a bit more side on. Now you can see that this shoe's a bit bigger than that one. I'm just going to bring this down on a bit more of a angle there, and that's the beauty about pencil. You can check and you can observe and you can go, actually I need to make that bigger compared to that, and you can mix it up and change it as you need to. Alright, now this part is really tricky, is his hat. So his hat's coming around like that, and you see underneath his hat, and you see his eyebrows tucked in underneath there, and then Luigi comes around like this, and then you see his other part of his hat dips down. There's his ear. Now his eye, you don't see much of this one because you're sort of looking up at him, and then the other eye is a shape like that, and then one eyebrow is tucked in there and the other one is tucked in there like that. And he's got a moustache, and the other part of his moustache comes around like that, and he's got his hair in there, and he's got a bit of hair coming out the back, and he's actually got a bit of a neck too. So I'm just going to bring his mouth up a bit so we can put his neck in there. There's his neckline, and then this comes around, comes out. Let's start Luigi's outlining with his nose. Let's get the nose looking good. And it's almost a shape like a oval, but that's a little slightly different. Now we've got his moustache coming down and up there, and then back in and around to about there, and then it comes back around like this. and you can't quite see the other side as much. Now we've got the top of his mouth here, and we're going to draw in his mouth like that with a teeth line that comes in there, and then he's got a tongue in there underneath. So it's quite dark in and around there. Now we've got the side of his face coming down and around for his chin, and we can put some more shading in there. A little bit of his neck, and then his neck comes around across, back up, and then it turns into the back of his head. If we draw a line around to there, then we've got his ear, curve line like so. Then you can put another curve line in and another one in there like that. And when we shade that, that's going to look good. Now his hairline, what we can do before we put his hairline is, let's put a line up here, bring it around, bring it right around. This is going to be his cap line. Okay, so that's his cap. Now we've got the edge of his head here, and then we've got one eyebrow, and we've got the edge of his, where his head meets the hat, and then we've got another eyebrow here, like that, and then his hair comes down, almost like a little sideburn. Alright, let's look at this other eye here, one eye. You don't see it all, so that's the colour outline. And then this is the bit of the pupil you can see. Now his other eye is here, so bring it around, sort of a flatter bottom. Colour of the eye, and then the eyeball, the pupil. And let's put a white reflective dot in there, so looking out that way, and then bringing his cap, sort of cap bit here that comes around, so the rim of the cap. Then we've got his head coming around like this. Okay, now we're going to put his hair on. 1, 2 little bumps there. Then we've got the overall coming down, bit of a point like that with a button. And we're going to do the same on the other side, so bring that down, point, and then it comes back in with another button like that. Then we've got a bit of his belly, and then we've got his leg that comes up around like that, and then we're going to bring his shoe a little bit more around like that, and bring this other line of his shoe as a curve like so, and then continue this around, and that's the sole of the shoe. Now we're going to bring this as the edge of the shoe there, and what we do is we bring this out, little angles, that line there, and then this curves around like this. So there's the bottom of his shoe, and then this curves back around, and then he's obviously got his pants coming up into there, and then his other part of his bottom comes around. We might as well keep going with his leg, so down the back. This is where his sort of knee would be around here, because that's the back of the knee. And then we're bringing this around like that, bringing this into there. Looks like he's got a bit of extra flares. Now we're going to bring his shoe in. So bring that around. There's the front of his shoe. Now he's got his sole, so we're going to do the bit like that. Comes back in, up and around like that. There's his shoe, and when we add the colour to that, that's going to look even better. Now his hard part is his hands. So we've got his arm coming up, then his hands sort of starts like this. That's how the sort of gloves start, and then he's got a hand that comes up, turns into the first finger like this, like that. Then he's got another finger up like that, and then you'll see one more finger, but we'll get the thumb in there. There's the thumb, the start of the thumb, and the back of the thumb comes down there, and then this is like the palm of that part of your thumb. Now we've got the other fingers, so we're going to draw the knuckles, top of the finger, and a little bit of that finger, and there he's got one hand. Now we're going to do the other hand. Oh, hang on, let's just get his overalls there, and we can add all the seam lines of his overalls in afterwards as well. Alright, his arm, let's draw his arm coming out and around. I'm going to start with, that's his elbow there, and then this is his other part of his arm comes around. Now he's got his fingers. This is going to be tricky. So we're going to start with one finger, two fingers, 3, 4, and that's his thumb there, like that. Now I've made that one a little bit wide there, and that one a little bit narrow, so we can just try and fix that up when we do our shading, and then we can put on the little puffy bit around like that. Now, I don't call them mistakes, I call them learning, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Don't forget to put the L for Luigi in there.